Hello everyone, welcome to Go VM Lab VMware tutorial series for beginners, lecture number 59. In this particular lecture, we are going to learn about how to schedule VM operations in vSphere. I'm sure as a vSphere admin, you might have come across scenarios where you need to perform a repetitive task on a given specific time and date. For example, what if I need to take a snapshot of a VM every Saturday evening 9 o'clock? What if I want to migrate a VM every Sunday night 8 o'clock? We might have a task which has to be executed monthly, weekly, or daily, and that's where VMware Scheduler plays a very important role in simplifying these repetitive tasks by defining scheduling tasks or so-called cron jobs. So let's go and understand how could we use these scheduling capabilities of vSphere environment to simplify our day-to-day VM scheduling operations without any admin intervention. So let's get started. As you could see that we are logged in to our vCenter server savcsa01.govmlab.local. Now let's go and browse our vCenter inventory. So as you could see that we have a data center created as SA data center. Let's go and browse our SA data center. Now within that data center, we do see that we have a cluster created as a-cluster, and we also have a standalone ESXi host, which are also part of our SA data center. Now let's go and browse our SA cluster. And as we do see that within that cluster, we have two ESXi hosts, SA ESXi01 and SA ESXi02 host added to our SA cluster. And within that cluster, we do see that we have a couple of VMs which are running inside that cluster. Now let's go and browse our SA ESXi05 host. And within that host, we do see that we have a VM named as test VM01 created on SA ESXi05. Now let's go and understand how could we go and schedule our task at the VM level. So to do the scheduling task or to do the task scheduling, click on test VM01, click on configure, click on schedule tasks. Now when we click on schedule task, we do see that we have an option new scheduled task. Now click on that new scheduled task and we do see a bunch of options which can be performed as a cron job or as a scheduled task at the VM level. We have an option like power on, shutting down guest OS, restart guest OS, powering off our virtual machine, suspend, reset, taking a snapshot, as you could see that, migrating our virtual machine and cloning our virtual machine. So as you could see that there's a bunch of operations which can be scheduled at the VM level. Now click on power on. Now let's say we just want to power on our VM as a scheduled task. Now let's give some useful name to that particular task. So we could say that power on test VM01, and let's use the same for our description as well. Now most important thing, the target, on which target we would like this particular task to be performed. And as you could see that we are actually performing this task at the VM level. So our target object would be our VM. This is another very important part of scheduling tasks, the frequency of our task, right? Like how frequently we would like to execute this particular task in the automated fashion. So we have a something like once after vCenter startup, like once our vCenter startup successfully, then we would like to execute this task. Or we have a standard cron job options like hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly. Now, for example, let's select weekly. I would like to power on this VM on this specific day of the week. So for that, we have our options right there. So select the weekly. Now, do we want to repeat every week or it just that one week? of 1 week we would like to perform this particular operation. That's what this option is all about. Let's say I would like to perform this particular task for 4 consecutive weeks. Then we need to select which day we would like to execute this option. So let's say I select is Wednesday. Now Wednesday, then we want to define start on time. So we can select that. We have a pretty good UI interface here. So we can select that every Wednesday, maybe morning 3 o'clock or maybe 3:20. I would like to execute this particular task. You can also select this option PM, AM, whatever it is, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. And when do you want to end it? So when you say it never, it means it will be continuously doing that. But as soon as this operation is done, we can also say that when do we want to stop this particular task. So we can also say that please start this task on that specific day and please end this particular task maybe in the next month, November, maybe 5 o'clock, just stop this particular task. So that's where we can actually go and schedule the task. And the last, we can also define the email notification. Whenever this task will be executed, we will also be notified over email if our SMTP server is configured. And once we do that, click on schedule the task and we do see that a task has been successfully created. What it says that this is the name of the task. The schedule type is weekly. When it was run last time, because it's the first time we are executing this task, but when we have this task executed in the history, we could see that when did this last run happen and what was the last run result, whether that passed successfully or it failed. And the most important thing, when is the next run? So this UI is pretty intuitive UI and it gives us a very good information about our task, our scheduled task. Now, if you want to get more information about it, click on this browse option and it again gives a very descriptive information about this task, scheduled operation, scheduled details, email notification, who is the initiator, who has executed this particular task, who has initiated this particular task. So that's our administrator account, but depending on the user roles and permissions, we could also figure it out which particular user has created this particular task and when was this task was modified. And then it also gives us information about the history of last 5 runs. So we could see the history of last 5 runs right there in the UI. So let's go and create one more task on that particular VM. Let's say we try to do take snapshot, for example, right? We want to take a snapshot of our virtual machine. So we say that take snapshot of test VM01. Description, again, let's keep it the same description. The target is going to be the test VM01 and we just want to take a snapshot, for example, just once. But as I said that you can have hourly snapshot, you can have daily snapshot, daily what time we want to take this snapshot. We also have an option to monthly snapshots. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Click on next. Now let's give a name of the snapshot. So I give a name as, let's say, snap1. And do we want to take a snapshot with the virtual machine memory? So anyway, our virtual machine is powered off state, so we don't need to select this particular option. And we don't want to quiz our guest file system. That's okay. Click on schedule task and look at that, what it says that. Now it says that the time what we have selected, it's actually in the past, right? So we have to make sure that we actually select the right time. So what we can do it is, let's take this snapshot again, choose a frequency once, and now let's select the time maybe ahead of time, maybe let's say 28th October ahead of time. Click on next. Snap1, let's give a name as snap1 and click on schedule the task. And now as you do see that your take snapshot task has successfully created, right? We do see that our take snapshot task is successfully created. It is scheduled for once and that's the next run, 28th October, 4:24 p.m. This particular task will be executed. Now just to simulate that how it's going to happen, we can also do that, select this particular task and we can also click on run button. Now as soon as we click on the run button, let me open up the task scheduler. So you do see that We have successfully created the task. As you do see that our task got created successfully. Now we want to execute this task right now. We don't want to wait for that next run to happen. I want to execute this task right away. So click on the run. And as soon as we click on the run, as you could see that our virtual machine snapshot got created successfully. And now if you look at the run result, you do see that the last run when it was executed, the status of that result, whether it was completed successfully or not, and when is the next run is going to happen. Right click on that particular VM, go to snapshot manager, and we do see that a snap one got created successfully, which clearly tells us that it is such an intuitive interface which really simplified our life in terms of uh, scheduling our automated repetitive task at the VM level. We can perform bunch of tasks at the VM level and automate those tasks using this task scheduler. Now, before we conclude this lecture, I will also wanted to walk you through this various task level at the various object level of our vCenter server. So for example, we have seen the task which are available at the VM level. So you do see that all these options are very specific to virtual machine. What if I go at the host level? So if I go at ESXi host level, click on configure, scroll down, and we also have a scheduled task at the ESX host level. Now, what all the options we have it at the ESX host level? We have an option to create a virtual machine, right? Because we always go and create a virtual machine at the host level. And that's where we also have an option to automate a creation of a virtual machine at a very specific date and time. So it gives us a bunch of options, and it also asks about the same frequency at what time in future we would like this VM to get created on that specific host. So that's the host level scheduling, whatever is available. As we have seen that, now go to the cluster, click on configure, and let's check out the cluster level scheduled task, what can be performed. At the cluster level, we do see that we have an option to create a new virtual machine. Not only create a new virtual machine, but we also have option to add a host and editing our DRS settings. So we have a two additional options available at the cluster level. Other than creating a new virtual machine, we can also add a host, and we can also edit our DRS configuration with this scheduled task. For example, you click on the add task again, the entire interface remains the same. It's just that every task will have this particular section. Choose a frequency. That's a one thing. And second thing is that the target. Look at the target object. In the previous, we had a target object as a virtual machine, but now we have a target object as a cluster, because this is going to perform at the cluster level. Then let's go at the data center level and let's figure it out what all options are available at the data center level. Click on the scheduled task and look at that data center level. Again, at the data center level, we can create a new virtual machine, and we can also add host to our data center. So these are the two options which are available at the data center level. And the last but not least, let's go and check it out. The scheduled task available at the vCenter level. I don't think there would be a task which would be available at the vCenter level, as you could see that, right? Because vCenter server is actually the highest object in our entire vCenter inventory, right? It's a topmost object, and that's the reason whatever the task we are creating it at the VM level, host level, cluster level, data center level, those tasks will get populated here at the vCenter server scheduled task inventory. But we don't have a option to go and create a vCenter server specific scheduled task like what we have seen at the data center level. And we know the reason why. The reason that vCenter server is the topmost object of our vCenter inventory, and vCenter scheduled task option gives us a very elaborative, a single placeholder for monitoring all the scheduled tasks which have been created at the various object level of our vCenter inventory. This conclude our lecture on how to automate VM operations or how to schedule VM operations using vSphere Task Scheduler. We learn that a task can be created at the VM level, host level, data center level, and at the cluster level. We hope you enjoyed this lecture. Thanks for your time. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.